Hey there, hi there, ho there, fellas. Welcome back to the channel. Sorry. Let me get this screen all fixated and stuff. Yeah, right there. All right. Yeah, welcome back to the channel. Super late upload and everything. I know, I'm sorry. I was out running around and everything. Just got home. It's 11:30 p.m. Got to see Mr. John Mulaney, the stand-up comedian. And I can happily say that comedy is not dead, my friends. So keep looking forward to it. Keep watching it and everything. But that's not really why I hopped on here. I hopped on here because we got to talk, man. Some of these horror movies that are releasing nowadays, I'm sure people are gonna say like, "Oh, you should have expected this. This is obvious. It's been like that for years." But they are just so bad and lazy and just insanely not good, dude. And one that really grinds my gears, sorry if that was a little bit too much shake and a little bit too much tapping, is The Woman in the Yard. I personally am not a huge fan of like supernatural horror movies that, excuse me, at least not the way that they're done nowadays, in the sense of like they have these people that like do like paranormal activity type shit, throwing stuff around, possessed, demons. It always ties back into religion somehow. All this, that, and the other. And this one kind of hits all of the bells and whistles for my pet peeves, with one being that it is extra slow and it takes forever to get into. It follows a lady whose husband recently died in a car accident. She was also in it and injured, and her kids are grieving and resentful of her and everything. And then, they run out of power. They live on a farm, and out of nowhere, this lady pops up. And for me, I knew then and there that the movie was not going to be interesting. But oh my gosh, it took a spin. So I finished it because I started it and got pretty far into it. And then it starts going on about, okay, well, lady turns out to be like a demon somehow, like some sort of like paranormal demon, and it's supposed to be like a mirror of the lady's grief or whatever, unhappiness, probably something like that, and ultimately comes down to the woman going out to dinner with her husband and telling him that she's unhappy and that she wants out, wants to move back to the city, and she doesn't want to settle, and she thinks the only solution is to leave. Then it takes a crazy spin, and it goes on to talk about eliminating oneself. And as if that's like not a normal thing enough in society, it almost feels like it's done in a way that's like promoting it to some degree, where the lady's like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this to save my kids," and glorifies it, and is like, "Okay, well, like my kids need to have a better life, so I'm gonna take myself out, and so that way they can have a better life, and I can be gone." And I understand like the thought process of someone doing that, having people in my life that have tried, or you know dark times being on oneself at one point, but I just think it's icky, for lack of a better term, gross, ugly, and really trivial, and kind of like really simple, like simple-minded, like of a concept for a movie. And it just feels like a lazy cop out that like promotes it. Now the lady doesn't end up doing it. She ends up not doing it, and it has an anime ending. Love wins, friendship wins, which is awesome. You know, everybody loves a good cop out where love and friendship beat out evil, right? It's like Naruto, but live action. And I just got to say, that was really my cherry on top. I didn't watch it in theaters, obviously. Excuse me. Excuse me. Because, you know, it's not in theaters now. It's on Netflix. I think it was on Netflix. It was on one of the streaming services. Maybe it was on like Amazon Prime or something. That's how like much of a market didn't make in my head. But we're also coming off of a year with Good Boy, uh, another paranormal movie, but from the perspective of a dog because people love dogs. Of The Monkey, I think that's what that movie was called. Kind of mid, not terrible. Okay, not terrible. Terrible movie. Pretty mid. Cool concept, I guess. And just in a litany of others, the newest Conjuring, as I've said, I liked that one, but it was very formulaic, and all of the little demon people felt the same. And it's showing more and more that sometimes, like, I understand that horror movies are like the most lucrative film you can make. You can make a horror movie for like 30, $40,000 and make like 100, 200, 300,000. You know, sometimes even a cheap one could be like 100,000 and you make a mil off of it, right? So easy to turn profit, easy to make. Super stupid, silly concepts usually work. But oh my gosh, man. Don't waste your time with this one. Don't waste your time with many of the ones that I just said off that list, except for Good Boy. I haven't actually seen Good Boy. I'm not really like super interested in it. I'm gonna watch it when it comes to streaming, so then I'll give like a full review of it and probably still not like it. But it's kind of giving that one movie. I don't even remember the name of it, where it was like in like the dark or some shit, and had really good trailers and stuff, and like it did that trope where every new horror movie is the scariest movie that's ever been made. Newsflash. It's not. They're not that scary. They're not even like they don't even have good jump scares. Absolute cinema. Anywho, that's just my thoughts on it, and kind of like more so my disappointment with the year so far. We have November and December, and hopefully with tomorrow releasing Frankenstein, it'll redeem the genre a little bit. But we'll see. Let me know if you've watched The Woman in the Yard down below. I like replying to you guys in the comments and everything. Hit that sub, hit that comment, hit that like button, and share to your friends and everything. And naturally, I'll be back tomorrow. Sorry for that late upload. Again, tomorrow won't be so late. Peace.